Get ready for some wow on the Signature Mike Show.
I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that wow.
Thank you for joining us today. As you know, that was my fabulous friend Natalia, all of our friends Natalia. We had our going away party on Saturday, so I got to see her, and I said, hey, film a clip for my show because we're all going to miss her so much. I know we are. But nevertheless, I have a great show for you today. I have my fabulous friend Suzanne Honeymichael from Hardwood Floors and More with me today, and Eric Montgomery with Historic Augusta. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
We have some great information today. Suzanne, we'll have some fun in a minute. Be right back. Eric, you're the Executive Director of Historic Augusta.
That's right.
Amazing. I love your organization. Tell our guests what it is Historic Augusta is all about.
So Historic Augusta is a nonprofit organization founded in 1965 to try to encourage the preservation of historic sites and structures in Augusta and Richmond County. So we're there to advocate for historic buildings and try to educate people about their history and what they can do to help preserve those buildings.
Yeah, that's so important because, you know, Augusta has been around a long time. We have some historic buildings that need to be preserved, you know, sometimes falling apart, decaying, that need a little love.
That's right.
And sometimes a lot of money. That's the problem sometimes.
That's right. There are incentives. Sometimes it can help with projects, but we're there to help. If someone calls, we try to steer them in the right directions to accomplish their goals.
That's awesome. You said you've been around since 1965. You have approximately 1,500 members.
That's right.
That's quite a bit. The mission of Historic Augusta is to preserve historically or architecturally significant sites in Augusta and Richmond County.
That's correct.
So that's great. You've achieved it in many ways, including identifying significant historic resources in the community, educating the general public. That's key right there. Educating them about their importance of the buildings, and you're assisting others in preserving historic properties. So you guys are involved in a variety of ways.
We are, and just about any historic property that's undergoing rehabilitation, we're going to either be involved in, or we know about it, or we've advised them in some way.
Fantastic. You work with local, state, and federal government to protect historic building sites and districts. So that's great that you do have support.
Right.
Locally and, you know, with
there
the
are
state.
laws and there are incentive programs in every level, and we try to stay abreast of those. We're not a government entity, but we do try to keep up with things that might help people in their process.
Okay. When I was in college, many years ago, we studied some preservation, and I don't know that in different cities, especially big cities like New York, Chicago, they were going through and declaring some buildings historic properties. Do you guys do that at all in Augusta?
Well, we don't have the authority to do that, but the local government does, as well as there are different kinds of historic designations, and so we help people sort through those to determine what would be the most helpful in their situation.
Okay, understood. Some of the programs that you offer, you have preservation assistance, advocacy, historic structure survey, preservation programs. You have an annual meeting. I think I've been to one or two of those. Perfectly Aged event, and let's talk about that in a minute, and the Cotton Ball. Those are great fundraisers and events that you have. You have a newsletter that you send out, I believe, quarterly. Annual preservation awards, that's really great. Let's talk about some of the significant properties that Historic Augusta owns.
So we actually only own 2 properties right now. The boyhood home of President Woodrow Wilson, which is a house museum.
That is amazing.
And then next door, where our offices are, is also the visitor center for the Wilson House. And that's the Joseph Lamar boyhood home. It's pretty cool because it's the only place that we've ever determined where a president and a Supreme Court justice, Joseph Lamar was a justice of the Supreme Court. It's the only place in the world that we know of where they grew up next to each other and were best friends.
Oh, I did not know that. Awesome.
Right. They played baseball together. They started school together. played together because they were next door to each other.
Wow.
Their parents were friends. Both of their fathers were ministers.
Okay.
And they had their, what they call their manses next door to each other.
They might have inspired one another to do great things.
I'm sure they did.
Maybe. That is amazing. Let's tell people at home how they can get involved with Historic Augusta.
Well, it's a membership organization, and we'd be delighted. Anyone can join. The easiest thing to do is go online, historicaugusta.org, and you can join through the website. But if you join, you'll get invitations to the activities that we do. You can get on our, well, anybody, whether you join or not, can join our email e-news. So that's another way to keep abreast of what we're doing.
Okay, great. You have some great events for members. You have the Cotton Ball. Tell us about the Cotton Ball. I love it.
So the Cotton Ball has been held since 1988, and it's a membership party. We have it at the setting of a historic place, not inside. It's a garden party, but anybody can come to the Cotton Ball. You just have to be a current member. So if you're a member, you can come. If you're not a member, you can join. If your dues are due, you can renew and get up to speed with that. So you just have to be a member, and it's always a lovely party. And in a beautiful setting.
It is. It always is a beautiful setting. I've been to several, and it's great just to see some of the old architecture and then to be around like-minded people to talk about the organization as well.
Right.
Tell us about Perfectly Aged. That's one event that I really look forward to every year.
Yes, that's in September. This year it'll be September the 17th, I believe, Thursday night at St. Paul's River Room. But it's an auction, and we do it now through an online platform, but we get a number of lovely things, and there's a party, good food, alcohol, beverages.
That always helps. I'm sure it helps you as well get some big bids.
Right, hopefully. But we've been doing that since, in one form or another, since the early 90s. And so it's our biggest event, our biggest fundraiser, and helps a lot with our operating expenses.
Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah, and they have some antiques and wine and some experiences and
right.
yeah, just super great.
A lot of different, and there's something everybody can bid on. It's not all terribly expensive.
Exactly. Well, thank you for all this great information. If you have a historic property, you need some advice, call these guys. They're right here at our doorstep to help us out. Stay tuned. I have Suzanne Honeymichael with Hardwood Floors and More. We are going to give you some advice on how it is to work with a designer. We'll be right back.
Imagine a life filled with energy, adventure, and clarity, where each day is a new opportunity. At Be Healthy Medical Weight Loss, we're here to turn that vision into reality. With over 15 years of experience in the Augusta area, our specialists are dedicated to guiding your health journey. Whether you want to lose 10 pounds or 100, trust our experts to get you to your goals confidently and safely. Buzz on over to 4150 Washington Road so you can thrive at the Hive.
Welcome to Second City Distillery. We are handcrafted one bottle at a time in the heart of Augusta, Georgia. Come visit us and discover the art of distillation like never before. Our spirits are curated, ensuring every bottle tells a story of passion and dedication. From our smooth, award-winning bourbon to our crisp and refreshing vodka, we offer a diverse range of flavors that capture the essence of our passion. Join us for a tasting or a tour and experience the spirit of Augusta with Second City Distillery. Cheers.
Hi, Suzanne Lily Honeymichael here with Hardwood Floors and More. My husband Greg and I continue to hear about concerns about price increases, but we want to let you know we have always been focused on American-made products. We have the largest selection of flooring and lighting, and our commitment to you is to provide you with the best pricing, products, and workmanship. So come see where our company is the company that friends recommend. Hardwood Floors and More, so much more in store for you.
There couldn't be a better tagline for my friend Suzanne Honey-Michael. So much more in store for you at Hardwood Floors and More. Well, they are a full-service design studio as well. They don't have just flooring or just lighting. They have a little bit of everything. And I have Suzanne with me. We are going to talk about some of, I don't know if we're going to call it tricks of the trade, but how it is we work with clients from like the initial meeting, because sometimes people get a little overwhelmed when they think designer, or, you know, they get a little scared. They see dollar signs and they freak out. And I can't think of two more down-to-earth people than you or me.
Right. Well, and also, even if you don't have a designer, there's just certain tricks of the trade that you want to do. So,
yes,
from which we are kind of dropping back and punning because we had something else planned for today. So we are literally.
We make this up as we go along, but that's what I love about Suzanne, because.
But it's factual, everything we're going to talk about.
We do this every day.
Yes.
It's what we do every day.
And so I love when a client will bring in their plans prior to starting the building process.
Yes.
So I love to cut. So my kitchen's important.
Yes.
You might have somebody that loves to work out, so their workout room, or they have a lot of kids and they want their kids' rooms to be perfect. You need to really look at the plans, visualize, and I think that's where we come in and help people.
Exactly.
Flow of traffic, flow of your family. Are you entertaining? What's your scope of the project?
Exactly. Yeah, coming in with plans.
Coming in with
so
plans.
important. And we're talking about people who are building. Sometimes people are coming in, they're renovating a room.
Yeah, even with remodeling.
Exactly. Yeah. If they're going to move a door or raise or add, we need to talk about how the room is going to be used first and foremost.
Yeah.
And priorities, like you said.
Exactly. So everybody does definitely have a different priority. So I also like people, once you're in the home, some people want to like have every room 100% done.
Exactly.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
See what size that area rug needs to be, or get the flow of how your home's going to go. Unless you're pregnant.
And you need it all
Then you got to get that nursery done.
Yeah. True. But maybe get some key pieces in that room.
Pieces, yeah.
See how that part's going to work and what you need to add, especially with larger furniture pieces.
Definitely. And then the other thing is when you go into, like if you come into your store and somebody's like, oh, I was in here 6 months ago and I love this chair, you might not remember exactly what chair they looked at. Like in our showroom, I'm like, take pictures.
Always take pictures.
Take pictures of what you like. Because if you come back in a year, or we may not remember exactly the piece of flooring that you looked at.
I don't know about you, but I'll work with the client and we're working on something. I'm like, oh, I'll remember that. And then a week later, I go to finish the job. I have totally forgotten. I didn't make a note. And it's like, I can't believe that. Because in the meantime, I've worked with 10 other clients.
Right.
So it gets muddy.
I think just keeping in everything that you put in your home in case you have water damage down the road or a storm comes or whatever it is. You know, keep records of exactly what you have. I know we in 2003, I think August 2003, we lost all of our records for that 1 month through our software program.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's only been an issue twice, but those two people came in and it's like,
Yikes. I am so old school. I have files, like literal files.
Right. Well, we still have that too, but it takes a minute to get through it.
Yeah. You're right. And watching my chicken scratch, if you saw it, you would think, how does he stay organized? But I know where everything is in my craziness. Back to priorities. I'm trying to think some of the things I ask clients when I meet them. One thing is I ask them if they're going to rent for the Masters Golf Tournament. Because if they're building, you know, it's important for every bedroom to be en suite, to have its own bathroom.
Very important.
Yeah, and traffic flow. Do you intend to be a sleeper home for your renters, or do you want to be a host home and you're going to entertain people, and we need more pool decking because they're outside a lot. So you have to think about all of these things.
All those things.
That sometimes they don't think about. I work with a lot of clients moving from out of town to Augusta. And they've heard a little gossip about the Masters rental, but they don't get it. I'm like, okay, you need a bathroom for every bedroom.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Just things like that. That's a priority.
It depends, you know. And then too, you've also got people that, I mean, truthfully, everybody's got a budget, no matter.
Absolutely.
And so you've got to take that into consideration as well. So where do you want to spend your budget?
Exactly. Yeah. Prioritize that as well. Again, key pieces are important. Traffic flow, how you're going to entertain, what's your family dynamic, are there wheelchairs, walkers, things involved? I mean, with flooring, you really have to think about that.
I just had a meeting yesterday about somebody wanted to change all the floors in several rooms, but it creates transitions.
Yes.
And I was like, if you're getting a little bit older and just...
It's a trip hazard.
It's a trip hazard.
Yeah.
So, it's a difficult conversation to have, but...
Yes. Exactly.
You have to have it.
I have to have that conversation when it comes to furniture. As we get older, we like firmer cushions. We don't want to sink down and back because we can't get up. And I'm getting there. I agree. But we do have to have these conversations.
We're both very close to that.
I love it. And then, of course, once we work on a project with someone, we talked earlier, then there's back order issues. We order stuff, and so then we're on the back end trying to put all the pieces together and get it all in and get it all installed.
Right.
So
people
don't realize.
Enough time for your project. And it used not to be as bad. And I do think it's getting better.
Yes, absolutely.
But there's still... If I could drive the truck and make the product and do all the things, it would be here.
I've threatened to go to North Carolina or Atlanta with a van and pick something up.
I have picked some things up in Atlanta and Columbia, South Carolina.
Stuff will sit on a loading dock sometimes for a few days, and it's like, what? But unless they have a full truck, sometimes they don't come to our area, as you know. So people don't know all of the behind-the-scenes stuff that we do.
Nor should they. They're paying us to take care of all those things.
We make it look fun and all of that, but they don't call it work for nothing.
You're not having fun?
Well, I'm having a blast. It is fun, but they don't call it a job for nothing. And if anybody could do it, then we wouldn't be in business.
And I think ultimately we just want everybody to be happy and
absolutely.
So that's the one great thing about, I think, both of our businesses. We want everybody it to be seamless.
Yes. Yeah. Well, nobody's going to die. I hope. I love it. Suzanne, thank you for being here.
Oh, so
always great information. Stay tuned. I have a great craft segment I think you're really going to like coming up next.
Come on, let's make this woman shine all day. Let's make this world do everything you say. It's so easy and so fun to feel this way.
The ultimate driving machine for everyone at Taylor BMW.
Home isn't just a place, it's where life happens. At the Villages at Bordeaux, each townhome invites you to build memories, celebrating life's little moments and big dreams. Thoughtfully crafted by Herbert Homes, your home offers comfort, energy efficiency, and easy access to our event center, Bordeaux Steak and Seafood, I-20, and downtown Thompson. Ready to find your place? Call today to schedule your tour of the Villages at Bordeaux.
It's hard to know where to start when shopping for home or kitchen appliances, but you can count on Kelly Appliance for exceptional value and dedicated customer service. Family owned and operated since 1962, their friendly and knowledgeable staff will see you through the entire process, from selecting the right product to experienced delivery and installation. It's no wonder that Kelly Appliance is consistently awarded for their service and expertise. Visit Kelly Appliance at one of their 2 convenient locations in Martinez and Aiken.
At F&M Bank, you're more than a customer. You're family. We believe banking should feel like home. Familiar faces, real conversations, and service that's rooted in values and built on relationships. We take the time to know your name, your story, and your dreams. With roots in Washington and Augusta, we're proud to grow with our neighbors. F&M Bank, growing strong, one neighbor at a time.
I'm watching the commercials, and I just love, we have BMW with us now. We have Jason Redman with Cross Country Mortgage with us. Of course, Suzanne Honeymichael, all these great commercials. Please support our sponsors. They support what you see here, all of this great content. So please let them know that you're watching and all the great content. I have a really great craft segment now for you. we would call this a bougie on a budget because I want to show you something. We've seen these floral arrangements that have looks like water in here, but it's fake water. But believe it or not, and I'm pulling the price tag out, this is $189. That's a lot of money for a little arrangement. Now, you know, you could splurge and do something like this. These look really great on countertops, so they look great on a bookcase. They look good on the back of your commode in your bathroom. You know, this gives a lot of nice color, but that's really, really nice. But I'm going to show you how to make something like this for less money. I actually made one already that I want to show you. It's kind of fun. It's succulents is what I use, just fake succulents. So I added my rocks. I actually also added a little bit of this green moss that you see in there. And as it's drying, the water is turning a little green, which is fine. Looks like maybe a little algae, so it looks kind of natural. I did this a couple of days ago, FYI, and the glue is still drying a little bit. I see it still moving around in there a little bit. So you want to sit this, I would say maybe a week. We'll see. But I added some rocks, I added some moss, I added the succulents. I clipped these apart like I do, and Suzanne, I have clippers. I'm not going to clip myself, though. Suzanne's always concerned I'm going to cut myself, or you've seen us on the show. We laugh about that, but I will keep my fingers out of the way today. So anyway, I just did the succulents and the rock and the green. So let's make one. Let me show you the components. I found a really great glass. This one is, well, rectangular, I guess. I really like this. It was like $3. So there already is some savings. We're going to add rocks. And when I made the other one, I put all of the floral in first, then I added the fake water. But I think it's best to do this part, then add the water. I'm not going to add the green that I added in. We want to see some of these rocks. So, you know, if you're a little more bougie, you could certainly add some colored glass. You can find that, but something a little more sparkly if you want. But this one, we're going maybe a little more rustic. You know, as far as silk flowers goes, I'm very picky because some of them can look so fake. So you want to find some that look real. I found these. They look like little baby roses. Those are kind of nice. I like those. I'm not going to use these, but again, if you want to use something like this, make sure you clip these apart. You don't want to just, you know, lump those in there. So make sure you clip things apart. I found these that I really, really like. I don't know what kind of flower it is, if it's even a real flower, but I thought this would certainly look nice in a powder room. Those are great. I'm going to add this little lavender with it as well. So let me add the water. What it is, it's just clear glue. That's all it is. This, I think, was $6. These can get a little pricey, but again, considering $189, we're probably going to have, you know, if you get these flowers on sale, I have maybe, I don't know, $20, $25 invested in this arrangement. So we're going to pour the glue in, and we want it to get in amongst the rocks, and we want it to come up a little bit because we want it to come up over the rocks a little bit, maybe a half of an inch, maybe an inch, depending how much water you want to see. But I think we're looking good. You don't want to fill it all the way up because you want to see that water line. That's what you want to see. Something else I didn't bring it with me. I had a skewer that you'd use when you barbecue or something, and because as you see, there are some bubbles in there. So I can get rid of those, maybe with the end of this. We want to get rid of those bubbles. There we are. Got rid of those. So now I just want to cut these apart. You want to do your filler first. This lavender I want to do first, and let's see about how tall I want to make this. We're going to go about right there. And we want to stick this down in the rock. There we go there. And one more. I don't think I need everything I purchased, but I was at the craft store the other day, and of course people are saying, hey Mike, what are you going to do next on your show? And here I am. I think they saw some of this in the cart, and I think I need a little green in there, so I'm going to leave the green that I have on the bottom of this. But this can look super, super nice in a small space. Again, maybe on the back of a commode, maybe layering on some books on your coffee table. But there we go. You can play around with that a little bit. You can have something come up a little taller if you'd like. Let me cut this one. Obviously, I tend to buy more than I need. But anyway, there we go. Another little floral arrangement. And again, play around with that, but how lovely is that? And you see the water line that we have there. Hey, if you have a craft segment, design dilemma, email me at mike@signaturemike.com. I love to hear from you. Mike at signaturemike.com. Did I say it right? I love to hear from you. We'll be right back with my guest from the day.
Hi, Suzanne Lily Honey Michael here with Hardwood Floors & More. For years I've been talking to you about our floors, but did you know we are the largest locally owned lighting gallery in town? We have interior and exterior lights and ceiling fans also, so we can help you with any lighting project. We carry all brands to include Savoy House and Visual Comfort, and we are so excited we are now your local Capital Lighting dealer. Visit us today and discover for yourself why Hardwood Floors & More has so much more in store for you.
Ever wonder what truly makes a house a home? It's all the thoughtful touches, all the little details that bring personality and character to any space. At Signature Interiors and Gifts, we believe that your home should be as unique as you are. Our collection is a treasure trove of inspiration, just waiting for you to explore. Our team would be honored to help you create a home that's not just lived in, but truly loved. Signature Interiors and Gifts, where every corner of your home tells your story. Discover the Bordeaux Event Center, where elegance meets charm and forever memories are made. Whether you're saying I do, hosting a banquet, or celebrating life's big moments, the Bordeaux Event Center is more than a venue. It's an experience. Nestled in the picturesque woods of Thompson, Georgia, the Bordeaux Event Center features bridal and groom suites, a caterer's kitchen, and a state-of-the-art audiovisual system. Schedule your tour today at the Bordeaux Event Center, where moments become memories.
Thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it. What do y'all think about the floral? Does that look real?
It does, actually.
You might see little goldfish swimming around there. Oh, that would be really cute.
That would be.
Put a little fake goldfish in there. I'm sure we could find them somewhere. I don't know. Eric, are you crafty at all?
No, I'm not.
I'm not crafty either, Eric. Like, I am not.
But I love when we do crafts together.
Oh, we have fun.
I should have had you here. We would have had glue all over the place. I might have chopped off a finger. Have you ever worked with a designer in your home, ever?
Well, actually, my wife used to be a designer.
Oh, nice. So you understand the whole process. I love it. You have one of my favorite friends, your secretary of Historic Augusta, Lori McCrae.
Right.
And she is a tremendous, do you know Lori?
I do.
An amazing
phenomenal
designer and person. Love you, Lori. I hope you're watching. She is always so supportive and just a super wonderful person. And I'm assuming she's involved sometime with historical design.
She chairs our auction the last couple of years and will again this year. And she is the secretary of our board of trustees. So,
okay,
she's
awesome.
Very involved. Yeah.
Good to know.
It helps me with finding things when I need it for like our house museum.
Awesome. Very good. Yeah, because she has that eye for pieces. I know she does estate sales sometimes. Have you ever been to one of her estate sales? Really, really great stuff. Period stuff. That's really great. Thank you for joining us today. Hey, catch us on YouTube, the Signature Mike channel. The show goes straight to YouTube. You can check up on all the shows that you might have missed before. We loved having you. We'll see you next time on the Signature Mike Show.
All right.